I didn't fight her in court. That's what confused everyone. After 22 years together, she filed for divorce like it was just business. No warning, no late-night talk. One morning, there they were, papers on the table. I stared at them, almost sure she'd say it was a mistake, but she didn't. She was certain. Her mind was already made up. She wanted everything. The house, the savings, the cars, even things I never thought mattered. She listed them all, one by one. Friends told me to fight. You can't let her take everything, they said. Don't just give in. But I sat in that courtroom and listened to every demand, every condition. And one by one, I agreed. The judge looked at me like he was waiting for me to object. I didn't. While everyone else thought I was letting my life slip away, I was already seeing something else. I wasn't losing. I was turning a page, starting over, quietly on my own terms. And in that acceptance, I found something stronger than I expected. The freedom to begin again. Sometimes, not fighting is the bravest choice you can make. She couldn't believe how easy it was. The shock lingered in her eyes. Relief? Yes, but layered with something unexpected. Victory, perhaps almost as if she'd emerged from a long battle. Thinking I had surrendered. Without hesitation, she stepped into the house. Every trace of the old life dissolved, replaced by new furniture, new decorations, a new rhythm. 22 years erased, as if they were nothing more than echoes fading into silence. I watched, unseen, and said nothing. Quietly, I gathered my belongings and settled into a small apartment across town. One bedroom, sparse, no warmth tucked into corners, no echoes of laughter or history. But it was mine. I didn't need comfort. I needed space to breathe, time to let the emptiness speak, to sift through memories undisturbed. Starting over isn't always loud or heroic. Sometimes it's just an uncertain step into solitude, a soft acknowledgement of loss and hope, and the subtle strength that comes from building something new, slowly, patiently, on your own terms. She never cared about the business. Not really. Not like I did. When it came time to divide everything we'd built, she glanced at the paperwork only once. Assets, accounts, the house, even the little things. She considered it all, except one thing, the business. To her, it was nothing but a distraction, something I poured too much of myself into while life moved on without me. So, with a signature and a sigh, she left it behind. Didn't ask why I wanted it. Didn't wonder what I saw that she didn't. She misspoke its value with her silence, letting it slide through her fingers without a second thought. Perhaps that was her only mistake. Because what she called a side project, what she shrugged off as a hobby, was never small. It was waiting, growing silently, its roots deep beneath the surface, out of sight. And now, with everything final, it was mine alone, my burden, my chance, my secret, and at last my triumph. Sometimes, what's overlooked can become everything. There's a moment in every story where everything shifts. For us, it happened when we divided what we had built together. She was quick, almost too quick, to let go of the business. When the papers were spread out in front of us, she barely glanced at what was left behind. To her, it was just a distraction, something that kept me busy, something she never cared about. Without a single question, she signed it away. Her hand moved confidently, but her eyes never lingered. It felt easy, clean, as if all those years meant nothing more than a few lines on paper. But there are things you don't see until it's too late, because that business she ignored, dismissed as small, was never just a side project. It wasn't finished. It wasn't ready to shine. But hidden beneath the surface, there was something powerful waiting to emerge. Now it's mine. And suddenly, the story she walked away from becomes a story I'm about to tell. One mistake, one simple oversight, can change everything. Sometimes what you let go will come back louder than you ever imagined. Imagine waiting for change, uncertain if the next step will bring hope or disappointment. When the first deal arrived, it was almost a whisper. unexpected, small, but powerful enough to break the silence. You pause. Is this just luck? Or is it the spark you've been searching for? Then another deal lands at your feet, and another, still modest, but each one builds on the last. Suddenly, what felt like a trickle becomes a current. Momentum, that's what it is. For years, the business struggled, fighting for every inch, surviving on effort and determination. Now, something shifts. It's subtle at first. More calls, new customers, growing confidence. The energy changes. Instead of battling to survive, you start to believe you can actually thrive. Growth becomes a rhythm. Fear gives way to courage. Every win, whether big or small, fuels your drive. And once momentum takes hold, it refuses to let go. Progress becomes unstoppable. You aren't surviving anymore. You're building something extraordinary. This is the magic of momentum. It starts quietly, yet once unleashed, it transforms the very foundation of your business. Let this remind you, the journey from surviving to thriving begins with that first unexpected win. The rest is up to you. Run with it. Build your dream. Momentum is waiting. A single year slipped by, quietly, almost unnoticed. Then another year came and went. Time moved, and so did the company. It wasn't small anymore. People no longer walked past its name without a second glance. It had a reputation now, a story behind every decision, a sense of momentum. Clients spoke its name with respect. Competitors watched closely. The team believed in something bigger than themselves. Through late nights, tiny victories, and hard lessons learned, everything changed. What once was a dream became something tangible, a presence felt in its industry. And most important of all, it survived. Then it thrived. It became profitable, not just in numbers, but in possibility. Suddenly, doors opened. Opportunities multiplied. The company wasn't just known, it was trusted in places where trust meant everything. Journeys like these are born from persistence. They're written in quiet determination and bold risk-taking. When the moment comes, when success stands at your doorstep, it isn't sudden. It's earned patiently, year by year, milestone by milestone, and the world notices. I thought my memories of her had faded, like an old photograph, tucked away and almost forgotten. Life moved on, and I rarely stopped to look back. Then, unexpectedly, her image appeared on my screen, staring out at me from a post I hadn't expected to find. There she was, standing in front of the house where we used to laugh, her smile gentle, familiar, but somehow different. For a moment, I wondered if I should feel something. Nostalgia, regret, relief. But all I noticed was a small ache, swirling quietly beneath the surface. Curious, I scrolled through the comments. Words painted shadows where her smile tried to cast light. Stories of struggle, hints of messiness behind cheerful photos. The disconnect made my heart hesitate. On the outside, everything seemed unchanged. The inside was a different story. I realized how easy it is to overlook a deeper truth, hidden behind a single moment, a single smile. Maybe we all hide pieces of ourselves, showing only what we hope others see. And as I continued scrolling, I wondered, what stories do I still carry, silent and unseen? Sometimes, the past echoes in ways we never expect. Its voice is quiet and familiar, urging us to look closer, to remember, and maybe to understand. The world had been quiet for weeks and months. Life moved in its slow pattern, until that afternoon, when everything changed with a simple ring. Her name appeared on my screen, a name I hadn't spoken aloud for over a year. For a moment, time paused. My heart quickened, uncertainty rising with memories I thought had settled. I hesitated, thumb hovering, questions tangled in my mind. Why now? What would her voice sound like after so much distance? With one small breath, I answered. Silence lingered. Then, her voice, softer than I remembered, threaded with something unfamiliar. "Hey," she said, the word floating between us. It was quiet, almost careful. The sound of a past life echoing into the present. A pause, then gently. I heard about your business. Something shifted. Old friends become strangers. Strangers almost like friends again. In that moment, all the time apart, the change, the uncertainty came together. Some calls you wait for, some you never expect. And when they come, everything feels just a little bit different. The past and present meet in a single hello, and you realize change is always quieter and deeper than you thought. She reached out, claiming it was just to catch up, but there's always more beneath the surface. People don't return to your life without purpose, so I ask, why now? Silence lingered in the air, heavy and unspoken. Then quietly, she confessed, I think we made a mistake. In that moment, the weight of the past pressed in, awakening questions we thought were buried. The world felt suspended between regret and hope, as if everything could change with a single truth. How many times does life offer a second chance? Have you ever felt the chill of silence after everything has been said? The air hangs heavy, as if holding its breath. I paused, not out of uncertainty, but because the truth deserved its moment. In that space, with only the echo of what she'd done, I said the only thing that mattered. You already took what you wanted. She tried to respond, searching for words, reaching for explanations, apologies, maybe even justification. But I didn't let her. The moment belonged to me now, because there was nothing left to say, nothing that could mend what had been broken, nothing that could fill the void left behind. She thought she won. She walked away certain, convinced victory was hers. But she never understood what she left behind. The pieces of me she could never reach, the strength forged in quiet aftermath. In the end, I didn't lose. I just let her think I did. Sometimes, letting go isn't weakness. It's power, a silent, unspoken resilience, the kind that stays long after the dust has settled. And in that quiet, I discovered the truth. Victory isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's the courage to walk away, to hold your ground, and to let the rest go. That's what she'll never understand. That's what I'll never forget.